Hi, ladies. Welcome to Pathways to Fertility, a YouTube station dedicated to the women who are on the journey to conceive, especially for the women who are on the long haul journey, looking to improve egg quality, understand their fertility, and the journey they are on. This station is for you. I am Samantha Jacobs. I'm a licensed acupuncturist in Connecticut and New York. I have been treating fertility since 2003. Today's video is about acupuncture, how acupuncture can improve your fertility, how it can optimize your egg quality, and also enhance IVF. Today's video is going to be about acupuncture, how acupuncture enhances fertility, the potential of improving egg quality, and how it can optimize your IVF cycle. So I'm going to reference back to video number 1 and the idea of follicular recruitment. In follicular recruitment, there is a key element that is pelvic blood flow. The recruitment process can be enhanced and diminished by pelvic blood flow. Pelvic blood flow is the artery that feeds the uterus and the ovaries. That artery is called the ovarian artery. So the pelvic area receives its blood flow from the ovarian artery. The ovarian artery is crucial for follicular development, blood supply, right? Blood is coming through the artery to the ovaries and the uterus. That blood supply contains hormones, hormonal messages from the brain. It contains nutrients from the digestive system and oxygen. And when the uterus and the ovaries receive its supply of blood, it's able to remove toxins, byproducts from follicular growth, so that it can remove what's not needed to create space for what is needed. Blood supply is absolutely crucial for the reproductive health of a woman. And in fact, the research clearly shows that levels of stress impact and diminish pelvic blood flow. And when we're thinking of the ovarian artery, I would like to sort of give you the analogy of a garden hose. So if you can imagine the artery being like a hose, when you're relaxed and everything is good, there's not much going on, it's like somebody turned on the spigot, the full blast, and we have this full supply of blood being received by the ovaries and the uterus. We are dealing with daily stress, and obviously, we have peak times where stress is really making an impact on us. It can be a moment in a long day. For all of us wearing these like biometric devices, you can see that maybe you spent half an hour in a high stress zone, and we're dealing with daily high levels of small periods of stress. We can also be dealing with much bigger stressors that are making an impact over long periods of time during the day, and in fact, over many, many days and months. We can just step into and look at fertility, never mind, like job stress and family stress, uh, you know, dealing with fertility is a chronic stressor. Um, if we look at the research, what is the top 10 stressors that an individual, a couple can deal with in a lifetime? It depends what list you're looking at. Uh, it can be number 2 as a health crisis. It's as stressful as a parent dying, selling and buying and moving to a new home. These are things that there are pivotal lifetime crises. And when you're dealing with that high level of stress on a daily basis, this can actually start to make an impact physically on your body. And when the body realizes that we're under this stress and the body can't define where the stress is coming from, it will start to slow down the blood supply to the ovaries and the uterus and send that extra blood supply to more crucial organs like the lungs and the heart. So, this is the body's ability to keep you safe and protected. When the body thinks you're under high levels of stress, the brain makes a decision that maybe this is not the best time to have a baby. So it slows down our ability to be fertile. Acupuncture can bypass this, can enhance the body's ability to recognize, send lots of blood to the ovaries and the uterus, and to help you feel less stressed. When I treat my clients, my specific goal is to release certain abdominal wall muscles and to increase the ability's body to relax the pelvic area so that we can really focus on getting that blood supply to the ovaries and the uterus. We want that blood supply to be robust and full. We want the ovaries to receive especially the hormonal signaling that's going on between the follicles and the brain. Those follicles need to receive those key hormones. They need to get the nutrients. So, like when we're talking later on about diet and supplements, right? We need to get that to the ovaries. It's not enough to say, like, you're taking it in, you're swallowing it, and it's getting to where it's going. We want to optimize that. And acupuncture is excellent in this. Overall, the research has shown clinically that acupuncture can increase pelvic blood flow, and it has the capacity to improve fertility and the potential in IVF outcomes. The fertility client, you, dealing with just the normal stressors, but you're also now trying to juggle fertility treatments, researching, blogging, taking supplements, working out, doing yoga, right? There's lots and lots of layers of stress. I often remark that my fertility clients wear a knapsack, and it's often filled with really heavy items because, right, you're on this journey and it almost feels like as you're sort of going through it that there's something you learn about or something you experience, and it gets thrown into this knapsack, and it gets heavy and it gets hard, and it's, if you only have to wear it for 59 minutes in a day, you're okay, because at some point you go, okay, I'm going to take it off. But a lot of my clients, it's chronically there, day after day after day, and that can be a real grind. This level of stress makes the journey even harder. Acupuncture helps to release endorphins. Once again, clinically clear, has been researched. Acupuncture helps your brain to release endorphins, right? And endorphins have a huge, profound effect. They get your body to relax. They increase blood flow to key areas, and it soothes all the elements that feel so overwhelming. In that treatment moment, when a client comes into my office, often my clients, either they're out cold sleeping or they're zoning out. They're awake, but they're not awake. This is the body decompressing. This is the element that provides for your fertility and your pelvic blood flow. So you can see how there's like a layering process going on that acupuncture can provide for. How does acupuncture optimize, enhance IVF outcomes? Clearly, we can see how important pelvic blood flow is for your reproductive health. IVF, primarily big key element in IVF is pelvic blood flow. All the hormones that you are taking, the stimulants, the injections, they are traveling via the bloodstream. And when the ovarian artery is not fully open, let's think about like a garden hose, and there's a kink in it. We can still have water flowing through the garden hose, even though there's a kink, but it's not full and robust. It's not the full volume of water that can go through when the kink is not presented. Acupuncture is like removing the kinks from the garden hose, and that by enhancing your abdominal walls to relax, we have the potential to get as much of the drugs, the hormones, to your ovaries, right? And when your ovaries are getting improved blood flow, they're also going to get, right, improved hormone supply and nutrient supply. So while everything is being stimulated and brewed and cooked within the ovaries to make a set of follicles for retrieval, this blood flow, this pelvic blood flow is so key to be able to enhance your outcome for IVF. This is just clinical experience that with a certain amount of pre-acupuncture before going into an IVF cycle, that we see some sort of improved outcome. And particularly in my practice, I work with the hard cases, older women, high FSH, low AMH, just poor response in general to hormonal drugs. I can usually help my client get an extra follicle. Often when they go for retrieval, they'll have more mature eggs. Often we're seeing more embryos by day 5. And we can see that there's clinically an improved outcome from using acupuncture. And I think just mechanically, never mind all like the endorphins and the emotional support, that whole element that's besides the point, is that this mechanical element is key in helping a client optimize these IVF cycles. If you're in the scenario where you're doing IVF and you're, thinking like maybe this is something I should look into, what I have also seen as a key element is that acupuncture has the potential to work as sort of a couple of treatments before retrieval, but the true deeper impact happens with time. And I often encourage my clients to give me a month or two, depending on their situation and dynamic, if they can give me some time to enhance this physical mechanical part, to optimize what's going on in the recruitment process so that we're not only optimizing the IVF cycle, but we're optimizing the recruitment cycle before we go into IVF. I appreciate you listening. Thank you for spending a moment of time with me. If you have any questions, feel free to post them. I am interactive with my audience, and I'm really curious about what women have to ask and say. I feel like the fertility world is not well served in supporting women on this journey, couples on this journey. If you enjoyed this video, please hit like. Won't lie to you, middle-aged woman in the suburbs of New York trying to make a go of communicating to the bigger world how important this topic is. So if you like it, helps me, send it to other women. I'd appreciate it. And I look forward to speaking with you next time. And we're going to continue to follow on the journey of egg quality. Thank you.